A big boost for tourism in Jackson County. The rural area is now home to the Endeavor Convention Center. News Channel 7's Rachel Flynn reports on the completion of a project that's working to redeem the land's complicated history.
There's a lot of exciting things going on here at the Endeavor Complex to help us convert the old Dozier School for Boys into an economic and tourist-related facility.
The Dozier School for Boys carries a complicated history from its opening in 1900 until its closure in 2011. Tourist Development Council Executive Director Kelsey Jackson says after the school closed, the state of Florida gave the property to Jackson County commissioners around 2018.
When the county was given this property, they knew that it was going to be very important to focus on a theme of redemption and perseverance and really rebuilding something that is going to be meaningful and make an impact for our communities.
The project was partly funded through the tourist development tax, which began in 1998.
The original concept was to actually build it a little bit closer to the interstate along Penn Avenue here to help create an economic impact.
Jackson County leaders later decided to refurbish the Dozier School for Boys campus into a convention center. Commissioner and project architect Paul Donofrio says he saw the building's potential from the beginning.
But when the Endeavor property came available and the county was able to secure it, it became apparent that this really made a lot of sense for development into a conference center.
Now with the grand opening of the convention center, Jackson County commissioners and tourist development officials say planned events will bring a lot more people to the area.
And really taking on a new endeavor and recognizing that this is a chance for us to make new of the past.
A project that recognizes the past while building toward a better future. In Jackson County, Rachel Flynn, News Channel 7.
Tourism officials say the convention center is already making an economic impact for business owners and locals. They say they're continuing to see massive revenue growth that surpasses what they saw prior to Hurricane Michael.